You know that dream that felt so real you woke up confused about what was actually true? The one where someone said something specific or something happened in a specific place. And then, a few days later, in real life, it happened, almost exactly like that. Maybe it was a conversation. Maybe it was a place you've never been before. Maybe it was just a strange feeling that later turned out to be real. And here's the thing. You are not alone. Millions of people have experienced something like this. In fact, chances are you've had at least one dream in your life that made you stop and think, wait, didn't I dream this already? And for most people, that experience stays with them for years because nobody ever really explains it. Until now. First, I want you to know something important. You are not imagining this. Humans have been reporting dreams that seemed to predict future events for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians believed dreams carried important messages. The ancient Greeks built temples dedicated to dream interpretation. Even Abraham Lincoln reportedly dreamed about his own assassination, just days before it happened. Throughout history, people from every culture have described moments when a dream seemed to become reality. This is not a new phenomenon. It is one of the oldest human experiences in existence. But what is actually happening? Well, the answer starts with something your brain is doing right now. Every second of every day, your brain is collecting information. Far more information than you consciously notice. The tone of someone's voice, a strange expression on a friend's face, a repeated phrase someone keeps mentioning. Tiny details, small patterns, subtle changes. Most of them never reach conscious awareness, but your brain notices them anyway. And while you're awake, those details often seem meaningless. Then you fall asleep, and something fascinating happens. Your brain starts organizing information, sorting memories, finding connections, testing possibilities, looking for patterns. In a way, sleep is not the absence of thinking. It's a different kind of thinking, one that happens behind the scenes. Imagine a friend who has been acting slightly different for weeks. You don't consciously notice it, but your brain does. Then one night, you dream that friend is about to make a major decision. A few days later, they do. It feels like prediction, but what may have happened is that your brain detected signs long before your conscious mind caught up. And that's what makes dreams feel so mysterious. Sometimes your subconscious notices reality before your conscious mind does. Psychologists often describe humans as prediction machines. Your brain is constantly trying to guess what will happen next, not because it can see the future, but because predicting the future helps you survive. The better your predictions are, the safer you are. And dreams may simply be one of the ways your brain experiments with those predictions. But here's where things get even more interesting. Not everyone seems to experience these dreams in the same way. Some people report them far more often than others. Why? Researchers believe certain personality traits may play a role. People who are highly observant often notice patterns others miss. People who spend a lot of time reflecting on their experiences tend to remember dreams more vividly. Highly sensitive individuals often absorb more information from their environment without realizing it. And intuitive people frequently trust subtle feelings that others ignore. In other words, some people may simply be better at detecting hidden signals, not because they're psychic, but because they're paying attention to information that never reaches conscious awareness. And yet, there's another side to this story that most people never hear. Your memory is not perfect. In fact, memory is surprisingly easy to distort. Every night, you dream multiple dreams. Most are forgotten within minutes of waking up. Thousands of dreams disappear without a trace. But when one dream happens to resemble a real event, that dream suddenly becomes unforgettable. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. We naturally remember the hits and forget the misses. It's one reason dream predictions can seem more common than they actually are. But even after accounting for memory bias and coincidence, there are still stories that leave people wondering. Dreams that seem unusually specific, details that appear strangely accurate, experiences that are difficult to explain completely. And this is where science becomes honest. The truth is that researchers still don't fully understand everything about dreams. We know a lot more than we used to, but there are still unanswered questions. The human brain remains one of the most complex things we have ever tried to understand. So if you've had a dream that later came true, what should you do? Something surprisingly simple. Start a dream journal. Seriously, tonight, keep a notebook beside your bed, and tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you open social media, before the day begins, write down everything you remember, even the weird parts, especially the weird parts, because dreams disappear fast, much faster than most people realize. And once you start recording them, something interesting happens. You begin to notice patterns, recurring themes, repeated emotions, people who keep showing up, situations your mind keeps returning to. Suddenly, your dreams become less random and more revealing. Not because they're magical, but because they may be showing you things about yourself that you haven't fully noticed yet. Your fears, your hopes, your instincts, your observations. Your brain has been collecting information your entire life, and every night, while you're asleep, it keeps working, connecting dots, testing possibilities, building predictions, looking for meaning. So maybe dreams aren't showing you the future. Maybe they're showing you what you've already seen but haven't understood yet. And every now and then, when reality finally catches up to what your brain quietly noticed days earlier, it feels like seeing tomorrow before it arrives. Have you ever had a dream that later came true? Tell me in the comments. I'd genuinely love to hear your story. And if you enjoy exploring the psychology behind experiences most people never talk about, subscribe, because the next video might explain something you've been wondering about for years.